Next up on the stop number 4 of the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Darlington, South Carolina, the track to tame, as it has long since been called. On this 1.366 mile X-shaped double is where we're at here today, and it's the running of the Dodge Challenger 500. 56 laps of action on this racetrack here today, as we had a great race at the last first race of the season, and we hope for another good one here today. And we have three different winners in the first 3 different races of the season as well. So, without further ado, let's get to the race. Let's get to the start line for the race running of the event. On the pole in car number 26, the Quaker State Ford, his first pole of the season. It's Nicholas Wade qualifying with a speed of 186 miles per hour. He'll be starting alongside car number 18. It is Preston Lord, the Interstate Batteries Pontiac. Row 2 has Paul Minnick in the number 23 Smokin' Joe's Ford, and Carter Friesen, car 71, the Olive Garden Chevrolet. It starts alongside. Third row has Kat Batson, car 88, the Texaco Haviland Ford, and she'll be alongside Zachary Fitzwater, number 9, the Spam Melling Ford. Fourth row has Joshua Coward in car 43, the STP Pontiac, and Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Next, fifth row will have Quentin Moore in car 21, the winner of the Daytona 500 this season. And starting alongside of him, the winner at Rockingham this season, Kyle Matthews in the Coors Light Silver Bullet, car number 42. His car, a Pontiac. Sixth row has Cole Deaver carrying one of our 3 in-car cameras in today's event in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, car number 3. And Seth Cole, another one of our camera cars, in the RCA Ford, car number 98. The 7th row finds Joshua Osborne, number 87, the Burger King Chevrolet, and William Brock in car number 4, the Kodak Film Chevrolet. Next row down has car number 2, Dylan Young in the Miller Genuine Draft Ford, and car number 4, the Hot Wheels Pontiac. The winner this season at Atlanta, Mike Becker, is behind the wheel. Next row down has Ryan George in car 15, the Ford Quality Care Service Thunderbird. Beside him will be Jessica Shelton, number 94, the McDonald's Ford. She has our 3rd in-car camera in today's event. Going to the next row down, we'll have Johnny Gardner, car 16, the Family Channel Prime Star Ford, and Keith Batson, the Texaco Haviland Ford, car number 28. Next row down has Dylan Poteet, car number 22, the MB&A Pontiac, and Vince Almarigo in the Tide Ford, car number 10. Next row down has Phil Parker, car number 5, the Kellogg's Cornflake Chevrolet, and the Kmart RC Cola Energizer Ford, car number 37. It's Austin Colano starting alongside. Next row down has Ashlyn Boyd in car 11, the Close Call Phone Card Ford, car number 11. And alongside of him, car 1 number up, number 12, Rob Evans in the Mobile One Ford. Next row down has Daniel Bouchard, car number 30, the Pennzoil Chevrolet. Beside him will be car number 77, the U.S. Air Jasper Engines Federal Mogul Ford. It is Diego Yepes starting alongside. Next row down has car number 7, the XI Barriers Ford of Jonathan Zorlin. Beside him will be car 90, Jay Jefferson, the Heiligmeier Stores Ford. Next row down has Zach Winkle in the John Deere Ford, car number 97, and Sean Arden, the First Plus Financial Ford, car number 13. Next row down, Ryan Brummer, number 17, the Western Auto Chevrolet. Beside him will be Ben Crouch, number 25, the Budweiser Chevrolet. Next row down has Tony Green, number 33, the Skull Bandit Chevrolet, and Peter Onjack, car 41, the Kodiak Chevrolet. Next row down has Trent Dunham, who had a great run in Atlanta the last race in the Tour, the Pennzoil Chevrolet, car number 1, and Jason Haywood, car number 81, the Square D Ford. Next row down has Charles Sanford, car 24, the DuPont Chevrolet, and Levi McIntyre, next up is SKF Ford. And here's the start. Here comes the command. Fire the engines.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Commanders begin the party engines. We get some racing here today, and the final starter in this race, Jesse Turner in car 75. He's picked up Stren Fishing Lines as a sponsor on his Remington Arms Ford. And it's the purple car instead of the usual dark green that you usually see in this event, and somebody's failed to fire. Here at Darlington, it's Peter Onjack in car 41. His car apparently failed to fire, and he's sitting on pit road as the crew tries to figure out what to do with that car. So everybody's getting somebody else has got problems. Is that Preston Plord has having problems with his number 18 car? And yeah, it is. Preston Plord's on coming down is on the apron of the track. He's got problems with his car now. So 2 cars having problems to kick things off here at Darlington. First, Peter Onjack fails to fire, and now Preston Plord's blown something on his interstate battery's Pontiac. So 2 cars will not be in the field to start the event here at Darlington. As Preston Plord follows the pace car on the pit road, Nicholas Wade, the upholsterer, he has no problems whatsoever. He will lead him down for the green flag with now Carter Friesen starting alongside. Green flag waves, and we're underway here at Darlington. Nicholas Wade waves the first lap of the event here, as you see off the second turn here. Paul Minnick to the inside of Nicholas Wade as they come into the third turn now. Carter Friesen goes to third position. My fraps is jumping all over the place, so apologies for the video lags. And several cars doing some wall scraping off the fourth turn. As you see Preston Plord making his way out of pit road. He better be careful as he comes off pit road. Oh, it gets alongside Poteet in the 22 car. He sends Poteet at the track and sent Osborne into the wall in the 87 car. And apparently Preston's got some damage on the interstate battery Pontiac on the on that corner of the car. Well, apparently it doesn't. So, but Preston drops to 40th position here as Peter Onjack, of course, unfortunately still sitting on pit road with a did not start. So, and apparently Rob Evans has got some problems with his number 12 cars. He's got a mark on the side of on his Mobil 1 Ford, and here comes Jesse Turner to the inside. Turner, who had another guy who had a good run in Atlanta, and apparently his car's off a little bit in a 75 machine. But up front it is Carter Friesen who leads the race here at Darlington, with Joshua Carr second, Quentin Moore up to third position, Cat Batson fourth, and Nicholas Wade, the pole sitter who led the first lap, is now running in fifth position. With Cole Deaver 6th, and 7th place running now is Becca Tellier. And you see Joshua Collard got a little slowing down just a little bit, and Cole Deaver down at the bottom of the track in the apron, trying to find the fastest way around Darlington, trying to keep him hitting the wall off the second turn. Deaver now up to 5th position. Riding with the roof cam of the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, a 1997 Monte Carlo he's driving in this event. Laps here at Darlington not faster than what is really expected in NASCAR here. This laps here topping over 190 miles per hour around this racetrack. I swear, I hope I don't get a game crash with my fraps lagging all over the place. There we go. Sorry for that lag right here, guys. And off as now you see Quentin Moore taking the lead right now here at Darlington. As Carter Friesen gets off the wall, Cat Bats now goes to second position. Here comes number 3. That's Cole Deaver to the inside, taking the third position away. Meantime, side by side racing right here is Friesen and Nicholas Wade. On the outside, there's Becca Telliard, 6. Kyle Matthews in 42. William Brock in the 4. And Dylan Young in the 2, as he's got the help from his buddy Seth Cole. On board the RCA board of Seth Cole. He's running in 10th position at the moment, trying to get around Nicholas Wade in 26. And on board with the car behind him, Jessica Shelton. And as you saw her wall scrape, bang the wall, come off turn number 2. She was running in 11th, but now she's dropped to the 14th position as she falls behind Mike Becker, who now gets off the wall a little bit. And she'll take the position that was 13th that she just took from the winner at Atlanta. As Seth Cole gets off the wall, you saw Dylan Poteet and Phil Parker both get around Shelton. And she has won here at Darlington before, but both times it was the Southern 500 she won. She has yet to win the first Darlington race, obviously, but she does have a Darlington win, 2 of them to be exact. As she now moves side by side with her buddy Seth Cole. Seth gets off the wall and almost loses it. And Paul Minnick really does lose it as he and Johnny Gardner both go around. Zorland's in the crash. Ooh, and how Joshua Osborne mishitting. No, Osborne is in the crash. He's crashed. Fitzwater's crashed. Rob Evans is crashed. Melee coming off turn number, going into turn number 3. Oh, Rob Evans really damaged up in the number 12 Mobile 1 Ford. His day's obviously done. Same with Fitzwater in the 9. Osborne, the defending champions, crashed. There's Gardner. Ashlyn Boyd's in it. Diego Yepes is in it. Sean Ard's in it. And caution number 1 flies on lap number 14 with Quentin Moore in the lead, and we're averaging almost 187 miles an hour up to this point. So a massive melee that's happened, and it all started coming off turn number 2. Yeah, there's where it all started. Seth Cole was running alongside Jessica Shelton in the 94 car. See, and this is where it all started. Seth gets off the wall. Seth gets off the wall, come off turn number 2. He tries to get straightened out, but then he and Paul Minnick get into a little Donnie and Kale shoving match right there. Minnick spins, and he takes Johnny Gardner with him. Zorland slows down to try to avoid the whole wreckage. And meantime, this is where it all starts here. Zorland goes down right in front of Osborne. He takes Ryan Brommer with him, as a matter of fact. And some bad hits right there. Rob Evans, Fitzwater center punched him. And also somebody was upside down. That was Johnny Gardner who was upside down. Yeah, Gardner took a ride flipping over. Real time. Wow. So we're a lap away from getting this race restarted here. Actually, half a lap away from getting this race restarted here. There you see the cars out of the race already here, all because of crashes here. And actually, the 7 car of Zorlin had a camshaft problem. That's what knocked him out of the race. Other than that, Fitzwater's out because of a crash, as is Rob Evans, as is Osborne, Gardner, Ard, and Yepes is out of the race here. So two of the drivers having a bad start to the season. Joshua Osborne and the 16 of Johnny Gardner, both having rather so starts to the year. But it's only the 4th race of the year, and of course it's never too early to start thinking about points towards the championship in this series there. So as the green flag flies, we're back underway here at Darlington as the Dodge Challenger 500 is now 18 laps old. Quentin Moore trying to hang tough on the outside. He's got Preston Blord, the lap car to the inside, trying to shake him off. But it's also cost Quentin the lead to Becca Tellier in the 6 car, who won this race 2 seasons ago. And Quentin gets off the wall a little bit here. William Brock goes by, as does Dylan Young, Kat Batson, and Nicholas Wade in 26. And now Quentin's going to get freight trained on the outside here. Friesen goes by. Poteet goes by. Here comes Phil Parker to the inside with the help of Kyle Matthews. Moore dropping to the 11th position, and he's going to drop more right there. Shelton goes by. Here comes Seth Cole, Ryan George, Mike Becker, Ben Salmariga. Let's just say everybody's going to try to truck on by the 21 car. So the Daytona 500 winner having a rough restart after leading on the restart. And finally, Preston Blord has been passed by Becca Tellier, and that should let Becca pull away for the moment. And now it's KAB Enterprises, 1st and 2nd, Becca Tellier and Kat Batson. That's how they run at the moment. That's Kat in the 88 car. She's twinning to her husband, Keith. So, yeah, Kat's running 2nd. How's her hubby doing in this race? And there he is. Her hubby is running in the 20th position. Make that 19th now. So Keith's having an okay day, but could be better for the moment. But we're still early in the event here at Darlington. In fact, we're almost halfway home. 22 in the books. And 34 laps left to go. No, 22 in the books, actually, and 33 are left to go, excuse me. And no sooner at breakdown, Keith, he gets off the wall and gets freight trained by him. So proves Quentin Moore's not the only one to get freight trained. There's Ashland Boyd as he's off the pace a little bit in the number 11 machine. Meantime, Becca Tellier still is the leader of the event. The 2nd position is Nicholas Wade. 3rd place right now is Kat Batson. Cole Diva running in 4th position. The GM Goodrich Chevrolet having another good run. Carter Friesen was running 5th, and now he's off the wall. Now Poteet takes 5th in the number 22 MB&A Pontiac. Poteet, the pride out of the state of Kentucky, come off the 4th turn. The man who runs the Mountain Dew Racing Series, or as it were. Phil Parker in 6th position. 7th place right now is William Brock. 8th is Carter Friesen. Battle for 9th as Ryan George takes that spot from Jessica Shelton. She drops to 10th place now. Shelton does. And now falling in the clutches of Mike Becker and Kyle Matthews. Becker in 11th, Matthews in 12th. Preston Blord is a lap down in 33rd position. Actually, he is 2 laps down in 33rd position. Ben Salmarigo having a good day here in his number 10 car. He's running it. Oh, we've got problems in the 3rd turn. And it was the pole sitter, Nicholas Wade in the 26 that spun. Charles Sanford scraping the wall just a little bit off the 2nd turn. And there is the pole sitter, Nicholas Wade, in the 26 Quick Estate Ford out of the King Racing. That, in fact, is the last King Racing car that ever ran in Winston Cup competition from 1995 that has spun. Now I know why that car didn't have a good season that year. Anyway, and he had just taken the lead away from Becca Tellier, who and actually had led the last time by. Comes off the fourth turn. Cat Batson gets a good run to the inside. Come off turn number 2. And just flat dumps him. Oof! And Nicholas going on a horrifying 120-mile-an-hour slide going in the third turn. Safe. Anyway, though, Nicholas Wade does get go through without getting hit, though, but unfortunately could not get his car to start back up. And so his Ford pretty much done for the day. So, actually, I shouldn't say done for the day for the moment there because he's still sitting on pit road. And the crew holding him on pit road for I think the penalty of going into pit road when pit road was closed, and now he's out of the race. So Nicholas Wade, the pole sitter out of the race here because of a crash. And I say he and Cat Batson's going to have some words in the garage area over that one. So failed a half a lap away from going back to green flag racing here. That is the as we're now on lap number 31 of this event here. It'll be 31 laps in the books, and we'll have 25 to go here at the track to the Tame. Becca Tellier is the leader, or Cat Batson, excuse me, is the leader. Second is Cole Deaver. Third, Becca Tellier. Fourth is Dylan Poteet. Phil Parker running in fifth. Sixth right now is William Brock. Seventh place is Carter Friesen. Eighth is Ryan George. Ninth is Mike Becker. And 10th is Jessica Shelton. That's how they run at the moment. Going 11th is Kyle Matthews. 12th is Vince Almerigo. 13th is Austin Colano. 14th, Daniel Bouchard. And 15th is Jay Jefferson. Preston Port in the inside is a lap down, trying to get a lap back here. And he does stay in front of Cat Batson, so he hopes to get a caution now to now go from 2 laps down to 1 lap down now. But Cat Batson's about to lose the lead here to that black number 3, Cole Deaver. As he takes the Dale Earnhardt colors to the number 1 spot here, trying to look for his first victory of the season. He had 2 last season at Atlanta and again at the Burt Lakefront Airport in Cleveland. That was his last win on the tour last season. But here comes Becca Tellier in one of KAB's fast forwards. As Deaver gets off the wall of the second turn, as does Cat Batson. And now Poteet gets the second position. Deaver drops to third. Parker now was at the fourth. And looking through the field here, Trent Dunham, who started this race in the back, he is moving his way up through the field nicely, as he's up to the 12th position right now in the Pennzoil Chevrolet. Seth Cole up there, and some of the back of the pack starters making their way through the field here. Jason Haywood, Levi McIntyre, Charles Sanford, all of them moving their way up through the field here. Seth that time by clock 15th. Haywood 16th, McIntyre in 17th position, Sanford in 18th. In the Jeff Gordon colors, Tony Green at the 19th. Dylan Young trying to make some headway in the number 2 machine, as is the 28 Keith Batson. Ben Crouch gets off the wall a little bit. Jesse Turner ducks to the inside. And whoa, Jesse gets way down on the apron of the racetrack, coming through the first and second turns. And now we got problems again, I think. And it's Carter Friesen in a 71 car that has spun. So caution number 3 flies for the day here at Darlington on lap number 36. Friesen was having a good run. Friesen was having a very good run. He was running in the top 10 when it all happened, too. In fact, Friesen was running in 6th place when it all happened as well. As we take a look in replay as to what happened, he was on the outside, and it was on a racetrack here. Ryan George dips inside. Friesen gets off the wall, coming off turn number 2, and then across the nose of Mike Becker's car, just like we saw with Cat Batson and Nicholas Way just earlier. Common problem here, Darlington here. That second turn will reach out and bite you. Nice friends, folks. That's why we call this track Too Tut to Tame. But wait here. So hard to believe we still have 8 cars out of this race. There, it's hard to believe we haven't had more cars out of this race. Preston Porter remaining to the inside of the racetrack here, again trying to get one of his 2 laps back. On the restart here, Dylan Poteet is now the leader of the race in the 22 cars. It's been a long time since he's won a race in this series. He at one time, I think, was the all-time win leader of this race, and I think that might have been surpassed, I think, at this moment. But Poteet hoping to get a win here today at Darlington, but he's got to hold off some fast cars here. Phil Parker, 2nd place. 3rd is William Brock. 4th right now is Becca Tellier. 5th is Cole Deaver. 6th place right now is Ryan George. Going 7th will be Mike Becker. 8th, Kyle Matthews. 9th is Trent Dunham. And 10th place is Cat Batson. Going 11th is Austin Colano. 12th position is Jay Jefferson. 13th is Jason Haywood. 14th, Jessica Shelton. 15th, Levi McIntyre. Then Charles Sanford, Tony Green, Seth Cole, Quentin Moore, and Paul Minnick is the top 20 as the green flag flies. We're back underway here at Darlington on lap number 41. And Phil Parker wastes no time in that 5 car. He moves inside of Poteet looking for position, and he's got it coming off turn number 2. And it's Phil Parker taking the lead. Poteet's now going to get freight train on the high side of the racetrack here, as we look at, and there's the Parker now has the lead, but here comes William Brock in the 4 car, the Kodak Dome Chevy. A pair of yellow cars going out of here, and Parker gets off the wall a little bit, comes off 2, almost lost it. Poteet regains 2nd back, and here comes, and got a whole clutter of cars behind. Mike Becker in the 44, close to losing it. And if he would have lost it, he would have took Cole Deaver with him in that 3 car, and here comes Trent Dunham moving inside of his buddy Kyle Matthews. And keep an eye on that 1 car. Dunham looks pretty fast here. Dunham pretty much, I think, with the same car that he raced at. That car looks like it's the same car he raced at Atlanta, because Dunham looks strong at that event. Matthews now being hung up to dry here as Jessica Shelton and Levi McIntyre both go by him. And now Cat Batson's up there. Here comes battle between Jason Haywood and Austin Colano. And now McIntyre dives underneath Shelton. And she almost lost it coming off the 2nd turn after she hit the wall. And now he falls in the clutches of her buddy Charles Sanford. Those 2 went at it for the championship a couple seasons back here, with Shelton taking it all. And Sanford, meanwhile, was the champion season 15. And now Sanford takes the Jeff Gordon car to move inside. And Shelton almost got taken out by the 33 car. So that all happened, and now we have Dylan Poteet back in the lead again. Becca Tellier 2nd. Here comes William Brock to the inside for 3rd place, or 2nd place, excuse me. And he's got his Tellier. Oh, she got a side swipe from the 15 of Ryan George, saying, out of my way, I want to race. And he's got third position at the moment. Tellier drops the fourth back at Preston Porter again. 2 laps down in 30 seconds, but that car's running pretty good right now. He wishes now he wasn't 2 laps down, obviously. Tellier drops the 4th, Parker up the 5th, and Trent Dunham up to 6th place now in that number 1 car. Like I said, keep an eye on that car. That car, as I said, looks pretty fast. And we are now gaining up on, and we have now got 10 laps to go in this event. And off the wall, somebody got off the wall. It was William Brock in the 4. And now Ryan George moves to 2nd place now. And now suddenly we got some new players in this bunch of cars here. Battle going on. That's for the. It's for 6th place right there. Jason Haywood inside of Phil Parker, and he's got him. So move Haywood up to 6th. And Parker down to 7th position. McIntyre. Another guy making a charge. He's up to 8th place there. And they've caught Carter Friesen in the 71 car. Oh! He about got into it with Dunham going into number 1, but that's closed up the whole field. Here comes Preston Porter getting a lap back. Poe teed off the wall. He almost lost it. And Tellier gets trapped behind him. And now Dunham gets 2 cars in 1 swoop. And Dunham now moves up in the 4th place. Or, no, actually has 3rd place, excuse me. And now one of Kev Shear's drivers, Ryan George, now has the lead. This is going to be one wild scramble to the finisher between these 3 cars, the 15, the 4, and the 1. They are 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Ford in 1st, then followed by 2 Chevys, 2nd and 3rd. Then you got a Ford in 4th and a Pontiac in 5th. Now Levi McIntyre's moved up to 6th position on the number 99 car as he's moved up in the back of Poteet for the 5th position. Haywood still in 7th position. Parker in 8th, 9th. Is Cap Edson entering the top 10 now. Charles Sanford in the 24. He's started this race back, I think, in 38th position. He started this race, I think, back in 39th position. And he's moved his way up to the top 10. Becker's in 11th, Deaver in 12th, and Quentin Moore, recovering from problems earlier, he's now at the 13th position. And up to the lead now goes William Brock. Ryan George gets out the wall. Tellier to 3rd. Don't pencil in your winner yet. This is going to get wild. William Brock's win last season came at California Speedway in Auto Club Speedway. He tries to hold him off, but here comes Sega Motorsports. Trent Dunham, the season 16 champion. His last win came in season 16 at Homestead, and he's now got the lead. So Dunham completes his charge He's another one of those guys who started back in the back, and he's now up to the lead now. We said that car's very, very fast. But as I said, don't count in the winner just yet, though. We still got now 3 laps to go. The 4 and the 6 battling it out for 2nd. Dunham came into Atlanta last place in the points, and he had a great run at that event. And this should boost him up there, whether he wins or not. Provides if he stays in the top 5. And Dunham now Dunham, though, is unfortunately for him, caught up behind Preston Plord, but he and Plord looks like they're running the same speed. It'll be the white flag next time by for the number 1 Pennzoil Chevrolet out of Sega Motorsports. Trent Dunham, who's been in this our community for a long, long time, about almost like Seth Cole, Dylan Young, and all of them has the white flag is waved, and I thought I saw the yellow lights flash too. And in fact, I do see yellow lights flash. That means the race is going to end under caution, and so the charge that Trent Dunham made has all paid off, and he will win the Dodge Challenger 500. So Trent Dunham makes it 4 winners in the first 4 of the season. Hate to see a race end under a caution like that, but oh my gosh. And I don't know what happened to cause the yellow flag to fly for the 4th time today on the final lap. Oh, it was Austin Colano and Keith Batson that's crashed, and Cat Batson crashed as well. I wonder. Well, we'll look at the replays here in just a minute, though, but but off the fourth turn they come. It'll be the number 1 Pennzoil Chevrolet at an agonizingly crawling 45 miles an hour. Trent Dunham will win. It's going to win the Sega. It's going to win the Dodge Challenger 500. Becca Tellier second. And where did Levi McIntyre come from? He finishes the race in third place. He also made a charge in the late going laps of the event. William Brock will finish in fourth. Fifth position will go to Ryan George. Sixth place to Dylan Poteet. Charles Sanford seventh. Eighth will go to Jason Haywood. Ninth to Quentin Moore. And Mike Becker will end up finishing in 10th position. And Preston Bloor did get one of his laps back. So he ended up finishing this race 1 lap down. Well, let's take a look as to what happened to cause the yellow flag to fly on the final with two. Actually, the crash happened with 2 laps to go in the event here. Cap hasn't got off the wall in the 88 car. Watch Cole Bieber in the 3. He's going to stuff Cat in the wall and then just flat dumper going in the third turn. And he hits the wall right there, and oh my gosh, oof! And Keith Batson slams into his wife Cat, and then he got flipped big time. Austin Colano crashes right there in the Cat's car. Several cars zipping by it. Dylan Young, I think, got into the crash as well in the 2 car. Let's take a look. Let's take a look with Dylan. Real time, see where he got into. Yeah, he hits Cat Batson's car, and oh, we got to look at Keith. Oh my gosh, that was a ride he had. Keith Batson was running 17th when this all happened too, and he had a subpar day up to this point until this day really got worse when this happened. He was falling behind Tony Green in a 33 car. Tony missed him, but Cat and Vince Almerigo got into Keith, and it sent Keith's car flipping on his roof. Oh, and into the catch fence he went too. Oh my goodness. Got into a catch fence right there and lands back on all 4 wheels, but damage had already been done to the 28 machine. But unfortunately, that's how the Dodge Challenger 500 ends here at Darlington, South Carolina. For some of the guys that got caught up in the crash late in the event. So that chalks up win number 1, though, for car number 1, Trent Dunham, as he takes home the title at Darlington, South Carolina. I think it's his first one at this track. I'm actually not sure, to be honest. As he holds off the challenges of Becca Tellier, second position, Levi McIntyre third, William Brock fourth. In car number 4, then Ryan George, Dylan Poteet, Charles Sanford, Jason Haywood, Quentin Moore, Mike Becker, the top 10. Rest of the finishing order, Cole Bieber with a good run in 11th. Paul Minnick actually came back from a crash that caused the first caution flag of the day. He ends up 12th. Bill Parker, Tony Green, Kyle Matthews in the top 15. Then Ben Crouch, Jay Jefferson, Seth Cole, Ryan Brommer, and Daniel Bouchard, the top 20 in today's event. 21st will be Vince Almerigo, Jessica Shelton, 22nd. 23rd will be Joshua Collard. Then Zach Winkle, Jesse Turner, and Ashlyn Boyd and Dylan Young, the last car on the lead lap in 27th. First car out of the race, of course, was Cat Batson in 28th position. Carter Friesen finished a lap down in 29th, as did Preston Plord in 30th. Other cars out of the race, Keith Batson, Austin Colano, Nicholas Wade, Zachary Fitzwater, Jonathan Zorlin, Rob Evans, Joshua Osborne, Johnny Gardner, Sean R, and Diego Yepes out of the race here today at Darlington. So 11 cars out of the race here on the Track 2 Entertainment. As I said, now you see why. Now you see why Darlington is called the Track 2 Entertainment. So next race on the tour will be at Texas Motor Speedway for running the Interstate Batteries 500. If you'd like to see it, be sure to subscribe to the Interstate Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the show. We got NR races, gaming videos, whatever the person on the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for this channel. And please be sure to check out Seth's Coors Light Truck Series, the Last of Us Light Series, the Pizza X Series, and the Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out on the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. And I'll guarantee you his races are a whole heck of a lot better than what I have to offer too. So Texas will be the next race on the tour for the Interstate Batteries 500. Congratulations again to Trent Dunham, a Texas native, as a matter of fact, winning today in the Dodge Challenger 500, his first victory of the season. 4 winners in the first 4 races. Can we make it 5 for 5 in Texas? Well, we'll find out. Next race on the tour. For now, this is James Qualson, the production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?